Hello there, Star Wars bestie. The Book of Boba Fett, Episode 4. What an incredible episode. I am ready for war. This is the review of the 4th episode of the Book of Boba Fett, and obviously spoilers. I will start by simply saying that this episode for me was a 9. And let me tell you why. First of all, I think we've got many moments in this episode that are super important for the story and super important for Boba Fett himself. As someone who hasn't read the Boba Fett comic books and the stories about Boba Fett, I literally love how his character is developing in those 4 episodes. To me, Boba Fett was just a cold-blooded bounty hunter that was just doing his job and didn't ask many questions. But those 4 episodes up until this moment have gave me different lens in order to see Boba Fett and his character. So we see how he's getting his ship back from Jabba's palace, and we also see how he met Fennec. Super important moments for the story. So in the previous episode we saw his nurturing side towards the Rancor, and we saw some pretty sweet moments of him really caring about it and building a bond with it. And now that continues with these scenes with the Bantha as well. And I'm saying this because I had literally no other knowledge of Boba Fett. So for me, all these little moments are super important to draw a picture of him. Moving on further to the episode, Boba Fett is rescuing Fennec. He obviously recognizes who she is and he makes the decision to save her. And we see this awkward scene where he's going to that youth club where they fix people and they make them into cyborgs. I liked it, but it felt really futuristic, even for Star Wars. And I feel that this man with the yellow hair is some kind of famous person. I don't recognize him, but I think he's a singer. Don't quote me on this, but the music on this scene was me. But I enjoyed it. I have nothing negative to say about it. And actually, the music in this scene reminds me of Star Wars Holiday Special. Also, later on in the episode, we get the feeling that Boba Fett needs to close every unfinished business so he can carry on building what he's trying to build. And that starts with first taking his ship back and second with revenging for Tusken's death. What a dope scene. I'm not into the glorification of murder, but this scene is glorifying enough for Boba Fett. It's not like these speed bikers didn't have it coming. Also, if you have been into Sons of Anarchy, those speed bikers are exactly a copy of them. This is how it feels to me anyway. Then moving on, we have the Sarlacc pit and Boba Fett trying to retrieve his armor from there, which makes sense. I like how this show and the Mandalorian show are trying to have a continuity in terms of storytelling, because we see the armor was retrieved from the Jawas and then Mando found the armor. This is at the point of the story where he's gonna meet Mando for the first time, before the eyebrows. This is how I categorize the Boba Fett eras: before eyebrows and after eyebrows. And also he says in a specific scene in the episode, the Sarlacc pit where I was trapped many years ago. And this makes me wonder how many years exactly was he with the Tusken Raiders. And if he was indeed so many years with them, that gives us another reason why we should have more episodes with the Tusken Raiders, because they were a big part in his life. And another detail that I didn't know, because as I said, I don't read the comic books or haven't read many novels, were the scars and why he needed the tongue. So he got those scars from the Sarlacc pit because it's acidic apparently, and he needed that tank in order to heal himself, which is pretty obvious. Moving on in the episode, again we are brought back into the presence of Boba Fett after the eyebrows, and we have one specific scene that made the fans, including me, go crazy. Like, tell me why this scene needs to be so much of what it is. There is no need for someone like him to look so sexy in a scene. Period. Listen, I don't simp for Chrysanthemum, and I will repeat this. I don't simp for Chrysanthemum, but boy, this scene is just, you know, too much. Too much. And by the way, I knew that he would cooperate with Boba Fett. The way they went about it with the storytelling, it made sense. Like, if someone who tries to kill you doesn't offend you, well, why not employ him and have extra muscles for your, you know, rule enforcement? I cannot wait to watch a scene with them two, like, doing stuff. It sounded wrong, I don't mean it that way. Also, I like this detail with Chrysanthemum, like having a beef with those lizard-looking creatures, because as I remember in that episode in the Clone Wars where Ahsoka was trapped in that planet close to Kashyyyk, those lizard-looking creatures had the tradition of capturing and enslaving Wookiees. So I like this continuity again in the storytelling. This meeting with all the, you know, influencing people in Mos Espa, sitting on the round table with Boba Fett and Chrysanthemum and Fennec Shand on the background. We are gonna have a big war. And I hope I will be wrong, but I think one of them people that were sitting on the round table with Boba Fett are gonna double cross him, and there is some betrayal going on there, but that might not happen. And then we reach on the last and the most vital scene in this episode. And of course, I'm talking about this scene. I am ready for war. Like, I'm gonna sit here and wait for the 5th episode of the Book of Boba Fett, where I'm gonna watch Boba Fett with Mando and Fennec and Chrysanthemum. Like, we all knew that we would see him anyway because the Mandalorian and Boba Fett overlap each other, but oh boy, I'm happy for this. I imagine Boba Fett on the Rancor, Mando flying somewhere, Chrysanthemum like being a Wookiee and just ripping arms off, and then Fennec like being the badass that she is, and all of them like kicking asses. I love how this show is going. I didn't much like the last episode, as I've said, but this one, yeah, it draws all the lines so they can all meet each other and have like a conclusion. So yeah, what did you guys think, and what do you expect to see on the next episode of the Book of Boba Fett? Thank you so much for watching this video. You know the drill. Subscribe, like, comment, share, and until the next episode, may the force be with you, my friends.